Pictures of the finished ball that we'll make in this video. Make sure to hit the subscribe button with the bell. That way you always get all of our videos, including projects like this for your rabbits for free. Enjoy. Hi everybody, this is Stephanie from Razzle, Dazzle, Rabbitry and Yarns LLC. And today we're going to show you a video on how we make our rabbit grapevine balls. They're toys for our rabbits, and we'll show you the steps that we do. So we have our lilac bush in front of us right here, and the first step we have is we have to actually find the grapevines, and grapevines are safe to feed to your rabbit. The leaves are safe to feed to your rabbit, and what we do is we just cut. So we've got some of the smaller, thinner vines. That's what we want. And we want to trim a couple of these because sometimes these are a little flimsy, sometimes they break. These grow back very easily, so we don't have to be too worried about cutting something that may actually harm or kill the plant. That's not going to happen with these. These are about, it looks like maybe 4 or 5 foot, 3 to 5 foot sections is what we'll say. And pick this, well, that one's quite stuck. Sometimes you've got to trim this. We're wearing our gloves. You may not need gloves. We just have a pair of pruning shears, pruning little clippers for pruning plants. They're just the Black & Decker kind. They're rusty, but they work. Alright, this one's pretty long. So we have three vines, as you can see. That's the first part of what we need. Now we want stuff to put inside of here too. And rabbits can chew on all sorts of things. They can chew on any of this. This is just grass, so if we wanted to, we could just pull this grass and leaves and stick it inside. There's even more grapevines right here. They're just growing everywhere. And more of this grass grows. There's some growing right here. Within here, there are cattails that do grow. Cattail plants. Let's see what else we can find. Oh my gosh, we've got even more vines. We have vines everywhere with these. These are from ferns, these little things here. And let's see. Here we are. We're by our willow. We're going to take some of these willow branches because that's what we would like to include. We're just gonna clip one willow branch. We're gonna stick that inside, kind of poking out a little fun. That way the rabbit can pull out pieces of it and kind of take the little grapevine ball apart. We'll clip one more just in case, just to make sure we have enough here. All right. There's more willow right here. All sorts of stuff. All sorts of stuff the rabbits naturally can eat. So after you've clipped your grapevines, and after you've clipped and figured out or picked out whatever you want to put inside your grapevines, then it's time to go back and put it together. So we'll show you how to do that next. So here we are, we have everything inside the house. We have our scissors with us. These are the same scissors that we use to shear our rabbits. We have our 2 branches of the willow, and we have our 3 grapevines. We'll select one of the grapevines. We'll have to vacuum the carpet after this. But what we're going to do So we're going to take our grapevine, and it's a little loose right here, a little chilly. If it's cold like it is here, sometimes it can help if it warms up a little bit, makes them easier to bend. And we're just going to start in a sort of circular fashion. This one looks more like a triangle. And they don't have to be perfect. They're for the rabbits to chew. We're going to shove this in and around. And so you just keep wrapping one section around the other to start out. This is a little brittle, so we'll be careful. You don't have to make it this big if you don't want. So you literally just start wrapping for the first one. So we have something that looks a little bit like this. Good. Next. We're going to take this and we're going to go around. There's still a leaf on this one. Whoop, that broke. That's okay. We'll go, oh my goodness. So we'll go around. Stick that back in. You just wrap it around, and you want it to stay, so you just hook it in there. This one came up a little brittle. Sometimes the ends are a little dead, and they don't stay as well as we would like. That's okay. All right, we have the beginning. The beginning of the ball. Looks something like this. It's kind of wiggly. That's all right. This is the third piece, and this is what'll help us out. So again, if you just leave them inside, they can be a little bit easier to manage. These I just directly trimmed, and it's cold outside, so the branches themselves are cold. They don't want to flex as much. So to get this to stay, you select it, put it through here. Turn. I'm going to put it through again. So it's pretty wild. Pretty fun for the bunnies. When they're green, they're much easier to work with. Okay, so the sticks will help with this. And we just we can move it around and kind of make it take a better ball shape. That's all right. We'll keep working on it. Keep working on it as we're making it, reshaping it. Okay, next. Our sticks. I'll just take this apart. And we just kind of shove it any which way in here. Oops. And we're going the opposite of how we did the grapevine. So you just kind of weave it in, weave it out, start weaving it all together. because this one's not staying. There we go, that's better. All right, so weaving in, weaving out, weaving around here. This helps give us even more of the ball shape. We use those sticks to keep it all together. These are much more malleable. Let's put this one in here. Oh, this side. This side will weave right underneath there. This sticks out, that's okay. Take this part of the stick off. This is why we need our scissors. Clip. So same thing. Just use the stick and weave it all around. There's no right or wrong way, as long as it stays together temporarily enough to give it to your rabbit. One more. Looks like we're going to put it over here. Just wrapping it around. If you have a stick like this, you can, this one's very malleable, you can tie it together. There's fresh little buds on these sticks. That's very, the rabbits really like that. We're gonna wrap this whole one around here. And the more sticks that you have, the better that, the easier that it is to weave additional sticks onto it. So the more grapevine that you have, you'll find it easier to weave sticks onto it. Just tying one loop on these. The bunny, we don't want to make it too complicated for the bunny. We want him to be able to pull it apart and have the satisfaction of pulling this apart and really finding little tidbits to chew on and really giving your rabbit something to do, because that's very helpful for your rabbit. So there we go. This is the finished ball for the rabbit. Now if I really, and there's a terrible mess, we have to vacuum this up. But if we really wanted to, we could stuff this with additional leaves, and we could put pine cones in there. So why don't we give it to the rabbit? Here we have Arthur. He's got his little stash of pine cones in his hut. Hello, Arthur. He has his apple stick from yesterday. And we have our finished ball. There are a ton of pine cones that we ended up stuffing in here. And he has the sticks to nibble on. He has the pine cones that he can toss this around, and he can get the pine cones out. This will provide really a day of activity for Arthur. Just a wonderful day of things for Arthur to do. So there we go. This is the finished bunny ball, full of pine cones. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, and that way you get all of our videos showing everything Angora. We release them on Mondays and Saturdays. Thank you.